What does home mean? Home. Home. Many of us may think of a particular place, maybe a structure, a house, a building, an apartment, a hut, a teepee, a yurt. We may think of a place where we live in, a place where we sleep, a place where we shower, a place where we have guests over, a place where we have people gathering in, a place where we cook our meals, a place where we might get to do things, different types of activities, different types of games. Many of us think of home in that sense, and many people may also think of home as a certain feeling, as a sense of comfort, a sense of being at peace, a sense of being authentic with ourselves, a sense of feeling comfortable, a sense of being one with ourselves, a sense of being comfortable in our own skin, a sense of being connected with the divine, with God, with Source, with the universe, a sense of feeling flow and ease and effortless creation. Some of us may feel like we are flowing in the river of life. Some of us may feel like we are flowing downstream. There are many different ways that we can think of the word home. What does coming home to ourself mean? What does coming home to ourself look like? What does it feel like? How does our body feel when we are home with ourselves? When we are at peace with ourselves? When we are comfortable with ourselves? Do we feel calm? Do we feel a sense of serenity? Do we feel grace? Do we feel warm? Do we feel love? Do we feel a nearness to our Creator? Do we feel the divine? Do we have an inner knowing that we are divine? Do we have an inner knowing that we are made in God's creation, in God's image? What does being at home mean? Sometimes being at home could be when we're in the presence of another person. Think about if that applies to you. Is there anybody in your life who you feel at home with, who you can feel 110% unapologetically, authentically yourself, without any fear of judgment or ridicule or worry? Do you feel like this person has your best interest at heart? Do you feel like this person loves you and cares about you and cherishes you? Do you feel like this person wants to help you, wants to be encouraging of you, wants to support you? Do you have anybody in your life? And if so, who is it? How can you cultivate that sense of home and comfort in that person? Can you be that person for yourself? Can you be the person who has your best interest in mind? Can you be the person who is encouraging and loving and supportive to yourself? Can you be the person who's able to give you a pat on the back? Can you be the person who is comforting to yourself whenever you're going through a hard time or whenever emotions may feel really uncomfortable or overwhelming? Can you be the person who takes care of yourself? Can you be the person who eats the right foods? Can you be a person who drinks enough water, who bathes, who takes care of themselves, who showers? Can you be the person for yourself who does things on time because you know that it'll be good for you in the long run? Can you be the kind of person who fills up your gas tank when you're able to instead of letting it run on empty because you know that it'll be one less thing for you to worry about or have to do later on? Can you be the kind of person who says no when you need to say no? Can you be the kind of person where when you feel like you need to kind of recharge and you need to fill your own cup up, where you can let a phone call go unanswered and recognize that you can reach back out if you want to at a later date without feeling guilt. It's another thing. Let's add that little one there. Can you be the kind of person who gets enough sleep, who prioritizes rest and being able to recharge whenever needed? Can you be the kind of person who doesn't attend events or things that don't feel aligned for you without feeling bad about it? Can you be the kind of person who chooses to set those boundaries? What are boundaries to you? What do they look like? Do you need help in setting boundaries and understanding what boundaries are? Do you need help in knowing what boundaries need to be implemented in different areas of your life and how to do it? What can you do to start doing that if that applies to you? Can you be the kind of person who can reach out for help when needed? Can you be the kind of person who has good practices? Can you be the kind of person who really does the work on themselves and really does hard things and practices introspection and reflection and asks the hard questions because you know it'll benefit you in the long run, because you know that it'll help you to come to home with yourself? How are you showing up today, and what kind of person are you today? Are you happy with that overall? Is there anything that needs to change? What are you doing well on? Can you honestly give yourself credit for what you're doing well on today? We don't always have to treat ourselves like a self-help project. We don't always have to be striving for perfection or striving for better. There's nothing wrong with wanting goals. There's nothing wrong with wanting to change things. There's nothing wrong with wanting to do things different so that we can develop and grow in different areas of our life. But can we also give ourselves some credit for all the work that we have done up until this point? Can we give ourselves the pat on the back that we deserve? Can we give ourselves a little high five, so to say? Can we give ourselves the pep talk when needed? Can we give ourselves any kind of loving statements saying, hey, good job. You did a really hard thing today. Look at you go. Can we recognize when we did something that wasn't easy? Let's say there's a certain trait that we have, like procrastination. Not speaking from personal experience whatsoever. But let's say we know that we have a tendency to procrastinate. So that trait may not go away overnight. We may have every intention to not procrastinate on things anymore, and we may find from time to time that while we do make improvements of not procrastinating, we may fall short. We may fall back into a pattern on a certain thing. Does that mean we haven't made any progress in the long run? Does that negate all the times we didn't procrastinate when we made that intention for ourselves? Decide for yourself. But can we recognize that, hey, I did a really hard thing today. Hey, I'm starting to become the person that I want to become. Hey, I'm actually doing something that's good for me. Hey, I didn't do that thing today, but I did this instead. And this is what came out of it. This is what I got to do. This is what I got to create. This is how I got to be. This is how I got to show up for myself. And this is how I feel as a result of it. How do you feel about yourself today? How do you really feel about yourself today? Are you developing some pride in yourself today? Are you developing more gratitude today? Are you developing a sense of safety and trust in yourself? Are you developing more of an ability to be discerning? Are you developing more of a growth-oriented mindset? Are you able to see some of the ways that you're growing today? If not, why? If you are, what are they? How can you start to have more of that in your life? If you don't feel like you're growing in your life, what's that about? Is it that you're not actually growing, or are you being hard on yourself? Maybe it would be beneficial to ask another person for their perspective. Maybe we can reach out to a mentor or a coach or a therapist or an advisor of some sort. Maybe we can reach out to some trusted friends and appropriate people. Maybe we can reach out to a family member, anybody who knows us well or anybody who interacts with us well, who can help us to see if we have any blind spots, help us to see ourselves. Sometimes it's difficult to see ourselves clearly, accurately. We may see ourselves in a harsh way. We may be so accustomed to focusing on all the things we're doing wrong, all the things that aren't going right, all the ways we've fallen short from our ideal perspective, from our ideal version of ourselves. In other cases, we may completely negate what we need to work on. We may only focus on what we're doing well on. We may only focus on the good things. Or we may have a completely different skewed idea of what reality is and what we're doing and who we are and how we're showing up. We may not have that much awareness into what's really going on. Each of us is in our own state when it comes to this. Each of us is in our own place, in our own phase of our development when it comes to this. And we have to ask ourselves, where do we think we're really at and why? And what evidence is there to suggest that? Maybe we do need a support system to reach out to for these things. Decide for yourself where you stand on that. And then why. How are you today? Where are you really at today? Are you at home with yourself? Are you really at home with yourself? Are you becoming the person you want to be? Are you becoming the person God created you to be? Are you becoming closer to your higher self, to your ideal version of yourself? Or do you feel like you're staying the same? Do you feel like you're stagnant, like you're not progressing? What do you think's really going on and why? Give yourself permission to ask these questions. Give yourself permission to really reflect and process this. Give yourself permission to do a hard thing and ask for feedback if needed. With trusted people, with healthy people, with people who seem to be aligned with the kind of life and values that you want, or people who at the very least have your best interest at heart. Who is that? Who is that for you? If you don't have someone, can you start making changes and try to reach out to people, or can you try to start cultivating more relationships? Where can you go to do that? Who can you reach out to? How can you find these people? I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, like, share, and subscribe, and share with anybody who you know who might benefit from this. And with that, you have a beautiful day.